Snapshots when they're at the peak. Still frames for you to critique. And photographs is what you see. Get a picture of the week, baby.
In the front row, you got a 6, while a 10 is up in the sticks. Our picture of the week, Taylor Swift sitting courtside at Game 4 of the NBA Finals. There she is in a little red circle. While poor, beautiful Sydney Sweeney was relegated several rows behind her. A crime that I've never seen before, Kat. Sydney's A-list status couldn't get her courtside. And this is disgusting. She was with her boyfriend, Scooter Braun, who I guess feuded with Taylor Swift. They just didn't want to put her up front because she's so much hotter than Taylor, right?
Are you okay?
This is his Love Island, Kat. Let him have it.
You know what's messed up is I didn't know this, and you did.
Yes. Well, this is a microcosm of society, don't you think?
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Nobody likes girls with big boobs, and they're always in the back. I don't know about that.
No, this thing is that it seems to me that as expensive things have gotten cheaper, like the TVs that you watch this stuff on are like almost disposable at this point. It's crazy. But the things that we grew up that were cheap are so expensive.
It is insane how when they even were just doing interviews with the players, you'd look in the background and you'd see 10 celebrities. I mean, like everywhere you looked, it was celebrities, super wealthy
It's
people.
a status symbol.
It's not really fair to all the people that have followed the teams and care. However, if this were the Pistons, I'd be pulling every connection I had to try to get there myself. So I understand it, but it is kind of strange, right? It's like, oh, like you want the story of like someone's, grandpa who his wife died, and ever since then, all he cares about is the Knicks. Like, that's the stuff that those are, that's the stuff you want to see.
Then you get Timothy Chalamet, who I don't even know is human. Tyrus, do you remember when we were kids and we'd watch boxing and you'd see like one famous guy in the back? It'd be like a really old Jack Lemmon or somebody, and that was fun. Now, what are these people?
Well, I think they buy the tickets. They absolutely do not care about the Knicks at all because you're never going to see these guys. Where were they last year? Like you're never going to see them when the Knicks aren't making the playoffs still down there. You get some diehard, like in L.A. you had Jack Nicholson and you have Spike Lee, but I would argue he doesn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
So I'm lying. But it's all status. And Swift tried to be, she's there to get noticed. They had their matching, was it Stevie Nicks? Shirt on because it was so clever. They just to be noticed. Like all of them, they sit there, and it's funny because then they're the first ones to come out and complain about elitism, and complain about everything else, but they weren't giving up their seat for the stolen land that it was on.
Exactly. Why are you going? This is on stolen land.
How about this one? I'm going to contribute to reparations. Tyrus, please take my seat.
Yes.
They talk all that stuff, and they get there, and every one of them has to be on camera to show a reaction. If the camera wasn't there, they'd be like this. Up camera. Oh, my God, who made the shot? Who made the shot?
Yeah. They also have to hug a player to show that they're friends with a player or talk to somebody else who's famous. Guy, my insiders in the team told me that they had to put Taylor Swift in the front and Sydney in the back, because they figured that having a kind of an average, less than average looking woman wouldn't be a distraction. And having a better attractive woman would make even Taylor look worse. And that would make the players very depressed.
Those are your sources on the team?
Yeah, those were the sources on the teams. Bragasson, Aminsa, and Bluggington.
I did enjoy, after the game, Jerry Seinfeld was leaving.
Yes.
And someone with a camera runs up. He's like, can you say Free Palestine? And Jerry goes, it's not a real place. And just walks away, which was a pretty badass move by him.
Yeah.
Would you qualify, Greg, for Celebrity Row, as they call it, at Madison Square Garden?
I think so. That's why I don't go. It's like I don't like to play that game. I like to be mysterious. I don't want people to see me outside my element. I want you to think I don't exist. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm a ghost.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
When they do the Celebrity Row thing, they play a clip of the person being famous and then cut to them on Celebrity Row. Everyone cheers. What would your intro clip be? Would it be Pooh Detective? What would it be?
You know, there's so much to choose from, Guy, and might I remind you, this is my show.
Which is why I'm making it about you, Greg. These are questions about you, your favorite questions.
Yes. Well, you know what? Let's table that. Let's table that for later, Guy, when I punish you in my activity pit. So, Madison, I did some research. In 1999, that was the last time the Spurs played the Knicks for the championship, and you can get a crappy seat for $20. You can get courtside for $2,000. Now you're looking at upwards of $300,000 for courtside and maybe $10K for a bad seat. It kind of tells you that, like, a lot of the things that we used to think we could do, we really can't do.
Yeah, definitely not in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have a socialist mayor, so
Yeah.
I think maybe there will be a future where all the seats are given out. But usually what actually happens with socialism is that everything just gets more expensive.
Right.
Which is what we see with MSG. It is also the most iconic arena. This is also a city with a lot of really wealthy people. So supply and demand, lots of wealthy people want to go, the tickets go up in price. The annoying thing is Celebrity Row is actually free. These folks are given the seats most times. I don't know if Sydney Sweeney, because she was further back, but this is like they want to show, hey, we got a good space, we have good people coming. And really, Greg, what it comes down to between these two women, because clearly you're very obsessed with these two blondes, you have to think of it like a wedding. So if they're giving out the seats, you have to think about the seating chart. And Scooter Braun and Taylor Swift really did have major beef. He bought all of her albums. She released all these additional albums to make back money. She still buys them back. They are not friends. It's like the aunt and uncle that are divorced and can't look at each other.
Yes.
And Sydney is beautiful, but Taylor Swift is very successful and wealthy, so they put her in the front.
You have to understand, Greg, it's because a previous relationship with Taylor didn't go well. She would not accept that he was
the bitterness.
moving on, and he just that's why he doesn't go.
Yes.
Because he doesn't want to do the staring, and then Kelsey gets, upset because of the Greg whole thing. So it's a whole thing. You know what? We're gonna have a new special Gutfeld next week where we break down the breakup of Taylor Swift and Gutfeld.
The Red Album. The Red Album's about
It's about Greg.
Let me, I'll tell you one thing. I was offered tickets to the Knicks game, and the first thing I did was I called the Make-A-Wish Foundation, just to laugh at the orphans.
I love that you think Make-A-Wish
Wishes with orphans.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's not what it is.
Maybe I did know that. And it was a double. It was a double.
He doesn't believe
Really
in
tells you
church.
something.
Yeah, we need to go.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.